What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Relentless Project. Real people, real stories, real fucking life. We often hear people say, I just don't have enough time. They work a 9 to 5, so they can't go to the gym. They're too tired, so they can't chase their dream. My guest today destroys that narrative. At just 24 years old, he's juggling 3 different lives. By day, he's working construction, pouring concrete, and laying brick. By trade, he's an apprentice barber. And by night, he is a 3-0 boxer and an ABO champion. But the most impressive stat isn't the undefeated record. It's the starting point. He was once over 300 pounds. He literally chiseled over 100 pounds off his own body to get into the ring. And now he fights between 180 and 200 pounds. He is the definition of self-construction. Jordan Carr, welcome to the Relentless Project.
You are now tuning in to the Relentless Project. Real people, real stories, real life.
What's up, man? Thank you for having me, man. This is awesome.
How does it feel to hear someone describe you?
It's a weird feeling. It is. It's not a weird feeling in a way that I don't like it, but it's a weird feeling in a way that it makes me feel a lot better about myself sometimes, man.
Okay.
For real, it does. It's cool. It's that's, you know, you always hear things and, you know, but when you hear that, it makes me feel good, for real. That's awesome to hear. So I appreciate that.
That's good, because those are all facts about you.
Yeah, I'd like to think so too.
Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Spot's a lie.
Hey.
You know, and it's interesting because we are so hard on ourselves.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're chasing something big, right? Like boxing. That's not something everyday people do. I know we have a lot of them come on a show, but it's not something that a lot of people do.
You don't really see a lot of them anymore, man. And it sucks to see, but it's awesome to see the people that are doing it, and especially around here. I mean, you got people like Tommy Parker and Richie Catalina, Bill Hutchinson. I just fought on his card my last fight. Great promotion, great fighter. I mean, all these fighters around here. Devin Siegfried.
Oh, can't forget Devin. He's
my boy, man. That's my
multiple appearances.
That's my boy. You just got the cream of the crop fighters around here right now, and I think boxing around here is in a good spot. So
it's definitely on the up, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely on the up,
Yeah.
and it's like I said, not a lot of people do it. And then when you make the decision to do it, there's a lot of people like, "Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you gonna make money on it? Can you make a living?" And it's easy to go, you know what, man, I should probably try something else.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
And if you're in it for the money, I'll tell you one thing. It's probably not your sport to start out with. I'll tell you that, because it takes a little bit. I'll tell you that, because I haven't got it yet. But I do it for the love of the sport, man. I really do. I do it because this is a sport that made me who I am today, and I'll never say anything bad about it. I know it's a dangerous sport, but at the end of the day, every sport's a dangerous sport. So, I mean,
That's facts.
I'll
That's
never
fact.
knock it.
And if you do it long enough and well enough, the money's gonna come.
Yep, absolutely.
It's just getting through
through
that
the hard
gap.
times,
I
man.
call it the gap.
Really.
Getting through
Yep.
the gap.
Yep.
So you used to weigh 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Now you fight, you know, cruiserweight, bridgeweight, whatever you want to call it, between 180 200.
Yep.
Take us back to the 300-pound version of Jordan. What was life like?
It was tough, man. It was tough. I mean, around that time, that was around COVID time. So obviously, you know, everything being shut down, that sucked in its own. But, you know, everyday life was just so different because I wasn't working as much. I wasn't boxing at the time. So it's so easy to get off your game, and it's so easy to put that weight right on whenever I was doing good, and then I just jumped right up to 300. So it's like
Creeped up on you.
it creeped up on me to a point where I was like, I got to do something, man. I got to do something. So
How old were you during COVID?
I was about 20. I was 20.
Okay, so you're becoming a young man. You're trying to find yourself. What were you doing before 2020? Did you have goals? Were you in school?
So I graduated high school in 2019. So right when I got out of high school, I was working a mill job. I was working the night shift. I hated it. I hated it so bad. And I think that was a big reason on why that I was 300 pounds, just because I didn't have any motivation after I got off, man. I mean, you get off and you're just beat and you want to go to bed, and then you wake up and it's still sunny. You go to bed and it's sunny, and it's like, this sucks. I didn't have time. I didn't have ambition that I did now.
I didn't have time. That's
something
we're going to talk about.
Yep, absolutely,
I didn't have time.
Man. And you know, the ambition was just not there where it needed to be. And you know, when you hit that point, you just get to I need to do something.
The breaking point.
You know that there's something wrong. And I'm happy I found that point, because it's a very hard point to face. But when you face it, it just brings the best out of you. It really does.
Well, let's talk about that. What was that point, that breaking point for you that you said, this is no more, something needs to change?
So around that time, growing up, my great-grandparents were a big part of my life. They watched me. They pretty much raised me with my parents and everything too. And both of them passed away in COVID time. And a big thing for me was that
Sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. And they were great people, and they raised me well. And one thing that really stuck with me after that was that they seen me at my lowest point when they passed away. So I said, I'm never, ever going to get to that point ever again. Just so, you know, the next person doesn't see me that way. You know what I mean? And like, it's a big thing that, you know, boxing helps me with, and just having that crutch that I could say, I'm never going to get to that point again for that reason, is a big part of why.
Is it a crutch, or is it like the ultimate
it's the
reason
ultimate
for discipline?
Reason. It is. It's the ultimate reason. And I mean, you know, you never really think about it until that thing happens, of, you know, losing a loved one, or not even losing a loved one, but something that makes that point where you're like, I can't be this person anymore. And having that was a big thing where I just told myself, I'm not going to get to that point, because I don't want my little brother who looks up to me, that I don't want to see him to see me like that. I don't want my family to see me like that. I mean, it was a tough time, and I think tough times make who you are. So it really does. It does help me every day in life. And
it's always interesting, right? Like, if you truly love someone, you want what's best for them, right? Like, your little brother, if you saw him start doing bad habits and get to, you know, a place of weight where you're like, man, now this is going to be detrimental to your health and what you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
How concerned would you be?
That's what I mean. You get
but
to
like
that.
for ourselves, it's easy to just throw
easy
those
to
concerns
just
away.
Throw it all away. It is. It really is. I mean, and my little brother, he's like a splitting image of me. He's like, and he's the same way though. Like, we're always been bigger boys. You know what I mean?
Bone,
always
big
been
bone,
big bone. Big bone. I like to say that too. Big bone. But he's just like me. And then, you know, I just want to be that role model to him that he could look up to, knowing that, you know, this is what hard work is supposed to look like. Dreams do come true when you work for them. Like, I'm a big believer in that. So having that instilled in him, if I can, then that helps me a lot too every day with that.
So you made the decision, and then what did that process look like? Did shaping or reshaping yourself, no pun intended? That was a good one. That was a good one. Damn, that was a subtle. Sorry about that. Did reshaping yourself come first, or was boxing there, or did you fall into boxing and then that kind of was the reason the reshaping continued? Like, walk us through the process of losing 100 pounds, because that's a fight in and of itself.
So reshaping myself was really the main goal to begin with. Whenever I was at that point, I wasn't really boxing or anything. So it was always in the back of my head that, you know, like, boxing's there, but I never truly knew at the time how important it would become. And so, like, starting out, it was a lot of just cardio every day.
Don't you
I would
love
run. Oh, I hate it so much, but
I hate it too.
But you got to do it. And at that point, it was just a lot of cardio. I would lift here and there, but my main thing was to just get the weight off. I'd run in a garbage bag. I'd run it. It's like old school, like football things that they make you do.
Get it off and get it off fast.
Yeah, exactly. So like I was just trying to whatever I could do to just get this weight off. And then when I got that weight off, eventually I felt really good. So I went down to the Elwood City boxing gym where I'm from, and I started back up. I was rusty, definitely rusty. There's been times Devin whooped my ass a couple times, and
no, not Devin.
no, never Devin. Right?
Yeah.
But, no, there's been times where there was hard times in the gym and stuff. But it's once I got to that point, I finally got my first fight back. I started off hot, and after that, a couple.
Hold on. How did you get into boxing?
So my dad used to box whenever he was younger, and he showed me it around. I started young. I started around like 11 years old.
Oh, so this is something you were always doing.
So I always had it in my life at least. So it was always a point in my life that like when I was about 11, I was playing all the sports, baseball, football, all that, but he wanted to show me boxing because I started to gain a little weight when I was younger, and he was like, I know something that'll get you in shape real quick.
Yeah.
And so I started there, and then about 12 years old, I had my first amateur fight. I won, and, I was hooked after that. I was hooked, and after that, I was always... As much as I was hooked, I always wanted to get all the sports, baseball, football, all of them.
That makes sense.
And I would play them. And then after I graduated, school was really when I started to realize that this is probably the sport that was meant for you. And I'm happy I made that decision because it absolutely was the right decision. So
when did you make the decision to go pro?
I made it around 2023, I think. I think it was my 20th amateur fight that I made that decision. I had one more fight, and there was a local pro show in Butler, and it's about half an hour away from Elwood. So I figured if there was a time to go pro, I think this would be the time. It's a good show. I love the people in Butler, the Butler gym. So I was like, this is the place that I want to go pro at. And after that, you make that decision, you never truly know how it's going to go. You never truly know. So, whenever you make that decision, you're like, is this the best time? And when you make that decision, you know that, okay, there's not much you could do now. You're here, man. You're here. So.
Yeah, I always talk about, there's a dichotomy to that, right? Because I always talk about you don't have to be good enough to start, but if you do want to be good enough, you have to start, right? So there's this thought process of, the more reps you do, the more you're in the mix.
Exactly.
The better you're going to be because you're doing it more, you're doing it longer, you're getting that experience.
Yep.
However, there's always jumping the gun too.
Yes,
right?
absolutely,
Like
100%.
going pro too soon.
100%.
Not perfecting the weight cuts, the nutrition, the diet, the training camps, the team.
Yep.
So it's like I'm kind of a hypocrite because I'm always the one who's like you're saying for podcasting, I always gave myself excuses. I don't have the best mics. I don't have the best video. I don't have the.
Yep.
But what I was doing was pushing off the experience I would be learning and learning what are the best mics, what are the best cameras, what is the best editing process.
Exactly.
So it's like, there's a dichotomy to that. So you make the decision to go pro, and in the back of your head, you're like, is this the right time?
Yeah, I think no matter what, jumping into a decision that big, you're always going to have doubts. You're always going to second guess. You're always going to think about it. But whenever it hit that point, I knew I had a great team around me. I still do to this day. I have an awesome team. And whenever you make that decision, it's like, you know what, we're going to do it. And
as Adrian Van Balen said, jump into the void.
Yep, 100%, man.
So like I said, losing 100 pounds is a fight in itself.
Yeah.
Did you have to kill the fat kid mentality, or is he still in there somewhere?
He's still in there. He's still in there. I still love a great meal, and you definitely learn to deal with it, but I would be lying if I said he wasn't in there still, because you see a cookie and I'm like, I'm cutting weight right now. Yeah.
I love me a sweet.
Yep.
A sweet for the sweetie is what I say.
I love it so much, and I'll never get that mentality out. But I could kill it whenever it's time to. And
Yeah,
then
that's good. You're building that discipline muscle, right? You're like,
it's all just comes down to discipline.
I want you,
yeah, exactly.
but I'm not gonna get you.
Exactly. So when you're in like that fight mode, fight camp, you're like, oh, I want that cookie, I want that meal so bad, but you're like, yeah, I can't, and that's just boils down to discipline.
Talk about the ultimate fuel, though. I want it so bad. I'm gonna work so hard because when I'm done with this,
exactly,
you're next.
That's the first place I'm going is eating a good meal after the fight, man. That's the first place I go.
People start their weight loss journeys, you know, especially we're finishing up January. We have the New Year's, new me, the resolutions, and you know, weight loss is always something that a lot of people dive, like that's always like the main goal. It's like, oh, I want to lose this many pounds, or I want to tone up. There's a million goals we could choose, but
exactly,
our bodies are always one that is in the back of our mind. And unfortunately, we see that die down, right? We get the hype to, hey, I'm going to do this diet. I'm going to go on this training regimen. And then a lot of people quit. Yeah. You turned yours into a pro career. Yeah. Like, how did you pursue that? Or what switched your brain to make the gym, cardio, eating right a non-negotiable for you? Like, how were you able to do that?
So whenever I think really when it was the first time I started to see results is when I knew that I was hooked in the fact of that there is nothing more I want than this end goal right here. And so whenever you start seeing results, the weight come off, the pounds coming off, the stomach flattening a little bit, like I think it's hard just not to be mesmerized with the fact that it's working. Your hard work is paying off finally. So, I mean, whenever you set that goal and you finally reach it, there's no better feeling in the world. So it's like, for me, it was always seeing the results is what had me hooked from the moment I started. So I think that was a big part of it.
And results come, you know, it's not instant gratification. Yeah. You know, it's not like pre-workout. You take a scoop of pre-workout and you're all hopped up on Mountain Dew and it's like instant. Right? It's like creatine where you take it and nothing happens.
Yep. Exactly.
But then 2-3 months later,
then you start seeing it. Exactly.
How was that journey not seeing results? Like, did you keep it in the back of your mind? Like, this is good, or
there's still, I mean, even like today, I mean, there'll be times that you don't see results. And I mean, I'm still, with the heavyweight, like I'm still 220. I'm still got a little belly on me.
Hold on, I'm 220 too.
Hey,
I'm 220.
And you know what? I still got a belly on me, and I'm not this chiseled guy with a six pack. And then
it's a power belly. Mine is a power belly. That's protecting the abs.
It's a little belly. I like having my little belly, but I think seeing what you were and finally seeing that first moment of, it doesn't matter if it takes months, finally seeing that first 5 pounds comes off, finally seeing the first time that first 10 pounds comes off. It's always a result thing with me because I think I'm a very goal-oriented person, I guess you could say. But like, until I didn't see the results is when I was like, oh, this is tough. Like those plateaus in weight loss. Like there would be a time where I was like 205 and I'd get down to 200 and I couldn't get under 200 for weeks, no matter what I did, weeks. That's tough in a point where you just have to just grit your teeth and just keep going every day. And that's when you know that you have to keep going because you know it's close. Once you break that plateau, it's over. That's when you start losing that weight. And I mean, it's tough to sit there and be like, why am I even doing this whenever nothing's even like happening in that? But you know that deep down it is. So, I mean, that's
you have to double down.
Exactly.
You have to double down.
It may suck, but you might have to do more. You might have to do something different, but it's tough. But you'll get through it. That's what I always told myself.
So right now you're boxing.
Yeah.
You're in construction, and you're apprenticing to be a barber.
Yeah.
What came first, and how do these three segue into Jordan?
So I would say boxing really came first, and then construction. I started out of school like in mill work and like sales jobs that I never really liked, and then my dad actually has a construction company, and he was like, "Man, just come work for me, man." And then I like the fact that I earned my dollar. I think that's a big thing for me for construction. So construction started first. It's hard work, and I mean, like I said, you earn your dollar, and then I always wanted to cut hair though. There was always something in the back of my mind that I thought a great like fade, a great haircut is like art, man. I really
Bro,
do.
I
don't
just
have that right now.
I just got mine done.
Like that's a great haircut, dude.
Shout
that's what
out
I mean.
10th Ward. Shout out 10th
He's a
Ward
great
Barbershop.
dude. He's a great barber, and that's one thing that I always I fell in love with the fact that is like art. On like you could change a whole different, like you could make a person look completely different just by a haircut, man. And
I don't
it's
mean
like,
to interrupt. Before this, it was like a month.
Yeah.
And my beard was out here. My hair is all crazy. And
what I
I'm
mean.
just like, I can't wait to go to the barbershop. Can't
It's
wait to go to the
crazy.
barbershop. To the point when when I came in, my barber's like,
whoa.
oh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you fix it?
Yeah.
Can you fix
That's
it?
what I mean, dude. And like, I like the aspect of being in a barbershop too. You go to a barbershop, you're talking all the time. Everybody's talking about something. I love the environment of a barbershop, dude. It makes you feel at home a little bit sometimes,
Bro, I
man.
grew
It
up
really
in the hood,
does.
man. I grew up in the hood. And barbershops were like the place to just, like half
Exactly,
the
man.
people in the barbershop were just there kicking it.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
not
what
even
I mean.
getting a haircut.
It brings people together, man. It really does. And I mean, whenever you're in the barbershop, you know that like this is like awesome that there's so many people in here just all connected.
Dude, your
You know what I
stomach's
mean?
going to hurt because you're going to laugh the whole time.
Everybody's laughing. Everybody's in a good mood, man. It's a fun time. I love cutting hair, man. I do.
No, that's dope. So you were boxing as a kid, got into construction to pay the bills, and barbering is like the thing you wanna do.
Exactly.
How far are you along in your apprenticeship?
So right now I got all my hours in. So when I started my apprenticeship, I was about, I would say it took about a year and a half. You had to get, I think it was 1,500 hours in the barbershop. And I mean, it was a grind. I didn't start cutting hair truly until about 3 months in. So, I mean, you're sitting there and you have to take a test after that. You have to pass the test. It's a lot of stuff, but those hours, you have to sit there and watch and know what to do whenever that time comes that someone wants to sit in your chair. That's the hardest part too, is having someone sit in the new guy's chair. No one wants to get their head butchered, you know what I mean?
You get one of the homies coming in and they're like, no, I'll wait.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
It's like,
I'm
bro,
like,
he got 4
open.
people in line.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll wait.
Yeah,
Just like,
and
damn.
that's the hardest part, is having someone trust you to sit down in your chair. And I mean, and also another hard thing is perfecting it. I mean, you want that guy to come back to you. You know what I mean? You want that guy to leave the shop thinking that guy's pretty good for a new guy. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I mean, it's a tough process, and I mean, I'm happy with where I am in barbering, and I obviously want to be better, obviously, and get to a point where I maybe own a shop, or at least, you know, something down the road of that. But I think just staying on that path of this sucks in the beginning. It's just like the weight loss journey. Then I think that's why it helps me so much, is that I dealt with this before. This isn't anything new. You're going to see results eventually. You're going to get to that point eventually, but sticking on that track of, oh, this sucks a little bit, then.
Dude, there's such different industries, but that's why I always approach things as principle based.
Yeah.
Right? In my jiu-jitsu, in my defensive tactics,
Yeah.
in podcast editing, and it's always principle based, right?
Exactly.
Because think of this, in construction, you're the new guy.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to pour concrete.
Yep.
Concrete sets pretty quickly depending on the weather.
If you mess it up,
You
there's
want-
nothing going back.
You want to be
either,
the
man.
you want to be the new guy.
Yep.
People are like telling you like, oh, just set the
Yeah,
boards, like, and you're
exactly.
like, I want to pour.
Exactly. That's what I mean. It's like you always get to that point where you want to be that
The guy.
You want to be the guy.
Same with
And-
barbering.
Exactly.
It's like you have to sit here and watch me cut hair.
Yep.
Ask me questions, and you're like, but I want to be the guy doing
Exactly.
doing the fades.
And
with boxing, I want to spar this guy, or I want to go to this gym. And it's like, well, hold on, why don't you go hit the bag for a little bit?
That's very important. And I'm a big believer that, I mean, not just in boxing, but like I said, like you said, in barbering and construction, as much as it does suck to just sit there and watch, or, you know, watch the new guy, or even get thrown into the fire of sparring the best guy, I always think it's very important to spar the best guys, to watch the best guys in whatever your craft is. Always find someone better than you. That's my most important thing, not just in boxing, but in work and life in general. Just find someone that you could at least watch, that you can know that I'm going to be at this point someday. And
That's the best. Find a room you're not the best in.
exactly.
That's where you're going to learn.
I'm a big believer in that.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I always, like, I just shot Surrounded. Now that it's out, I could talk about it. But I was on this big set, Jubilee Media, out in LA. And like a lot of the people there are like trying to get camera time, and, you know. And I'm like, let me talk to the producers. What cameras are they using? Like, I'm always learning. Dude, the setup was insane.
Yep. Exactly.
And I'm like, oh, they got monitors for each camera, man. I just thought about getting one multi-monitor. And I'm like trying to dissect how they're doing everything, even the setup. Like, I don't want to give away the magic, but the leading up to the episode and how they shot it, and how they formatted it, and I'm like, man, how can I apply this to what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You know, learn.
That's
learn from
my
everything.
main important thing. I live my life by always learn something new every day. Work harder for your goal every day, and laugh every day. That's the 3 things I live my life by.
Well, if you're around Devin, that goal's taken care of.
Laughing, you don't got to worry about laughing that day if you're around Devin, man.
You have a fascinating mix of careers. You break your back doing concrete, brickwork, all that stuff. You have a delicate touch for barbering. And obviously with boxing, the hands have to be violent. How do you balance the 3 different energies?
I think they all work together in an absolutely beautiful way. I really do. I think, especially for boxing, I think that you have to have a point of finesse, and as much as you need that gritty bite down on your mouthpiece and, you know, get this guy out of here. And it's both of like my crafts, which I'm fortunate enough of, construction and barbering, they come together beautifully to make a finesse. But when it's time to go, you got to go. So, I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I really think so. So, I mean, I love balancing all of them because I think they all just balance themselves. I really do.
I used to do construction right out of college and some in college, highway construction.
Okay.
Dude,
it's
asphalt,
work, man.
it sucks, bro. 100-degree
Sucks.
day. You're next to this
always
machine.
hot, dude.
You're on this hot asphalt. And you're not the operator in the machine. You're the guy with the shovel. So, obviously, manual work is tough, you know, but you get done with your work day and then you have boxing and barbering to do. How does a typical week look like for you where you're trying to balance 3 of your crafts?
So starting out with barbering, I worked construction Monday and Tuesday and worked at the barber shop Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So there was never really days that I could, you know, do this or that. It was always a very strict of, this is your day today. And after work with barbering or construction, I go straight to the gym, breaking your back, you know, laying concrete, laying brick, doesn't matter what you're doing. You're doing something physical. And then you're going straight to the gym after, and after that, it's pretty much sleeping, dude. Really, it really is. I don't like to think I'm a fun person because no matter what, I'm always busy doing either work or boxing or, you know, something else. So, I mean,
how many hours a night do you sleep?
I would say about, it depends. Recently, probably 6, but whenever I was like really, really training for that last fight and whenever it's fight camps, I'm trying to get at least 8 to 10.
Man, that's a good sleep right there.
It's good,
he
but
goes
I
in
mean,
hibernation every night.
It's tough, but I mean, recently not as much because you don't really have time to anymore. But
I don't have time. I love that. I don't have time. Walk us through your pro debut, your first fight. You make the decision to go. And now it's showtime, right? It's not the amateurs where you're trying to finesse. You're trying to. You're still learning. Some will argue the amateur record really doesn't matter. I mean, it sets you up. Don't get me wrong, but it's like you're learning. This is the learning phase. Now, pro debut, it's like, hey, your chips are on the table. It's time to play. Yeah.
So pro debut, like I said, it was in Butler. So I felt a lot more comfortable than I probably should have been in a pro debut. I mean, I wasn't really necessarily nervous. It felt like, it's a weird feeling, but it felt like I was supposed to be there. It really did. It felt like I was supposed to be doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Even in the locker room, I was just getting warmed up. You get warmed up, get your hands wrapped. There was never really a nervous feeling of the fact that, like, this could go bad. That was never a thought in my head. And whenever you take that first step out for the ring walk, though, that's when it was like, oh shit, this is real now. Like that's when the nerves started kicking in. But once you get in there, man, I was nervous until that first punch landed. And then I was like, you know what? There's not much I can do now, man. I'm in the ring. You can't go back now. So you're in there and you're just doing what I say. I'm doing what I love. So, I mean, there is no nervous feeling for that aspect. I mean, there is some points that you do get nervous, but I think it's important to embrace them. I really do. I really do.
Fighting is such a interesting experience.
Yeah.
Right? Like, at the end of the day, you're alone in the ring.
Yep.
You know, leading up to that, you have a team, you have coaches, you have sparring partners, you have people pouring into you to set you up for, depends on the round count of minutes, but essentially 15 to 25 minutes where you're alone.
Yeah. The longest 25 minutes of your life, man.
I was just watching the UFC card. The rounds were 3 minutes or 5 minutes, depending on what you're watching. And I'm like, people don't realize how long that is.
It is the longest feeling in the world. It really is. It is the longest time in the world. And I'll tell you that whenever you're in there, I mean, leading up to the fight, like I said, I have a great team around me. So I feel like going into the fight, I feel like I did absolutely everything that I could for this fight. Knowing that I got the best team around me, knowing that I have the best support around me, family, friends, sponsors. And it's one of those things where it's just like, this is going to be long. This might suck a little bit, but it's such a good feeling after knowing. My favorite thing about boxing is that you are alone in that ring. That's my favorite point. That's my favorite thing about boxing. You have no one to blame except for yourself whenever you lose, and you have no one to give credit to except for your team and friends and everything besides you when you're in that ring. So that's as much as it is a shitty factor of that, that's my favorite point of it. So
I just want to take a second to shout out a few companies who've believed in me. These were one of our first official sponsors, so huge shout out. Today's episode is proudly sponsored by ABO Jewelers, established in 1997 on the values of honesty and integrity. Whether you're searching for the perfect piece, need expert repair services, visit ABO Jewelers in Newark's Ironbound District, where your jewelry is always in safe hands. This episode is also brought to you by Continental Jewelers, proudly serving Hudson County, New Jersey since 1964. Whether you're seeking a timeless piece or need expert repairs, they've got you covered. Visit Continental Jewelers, your trusted source for all things jewelry. You can find them on Instagram at ABO Jewelers or online at carbojewelers.com. Lastly, big shout out to ABO Trading. Besides coins, precious metals, and jewelry, if it could be traded and collected, he's probably got it. They can be found on Instagram at carbo.trading. You can find all of our sponsors out online on our sponsor page at therelentlessproject.com. No one's coming to save you.
Nope, no one's coming to save you.
They can throw the white towel, I guess.
I mean, they could throw it, but I hope I never get to that point.
Like, we're fighting after.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me heal up, and then we're fighting.
Yep, 100%.
And then your second fight, you're set up for an ABO title. How did that come to be?
So I want to say how it worked was that Mr. McSorley, Mike McSorley, he has a phenomenal promotion in Pittsburgh. Great dude. Always treated me well. He did a Bridgerweight tournament, which is like from anywhere from 200 pounds to 220 pounds. So you can't fight anybody that's super heavyweight. You know what I mean? So it was like a Bridgerweight tournament that he had. And I want to say I wasn't in the tournament to begin with. I wasn't in this tournament, so it was, I think, Joey Turk, who I do respect a lot. He's a great fighter. And I want to say it was maybe Christian Getzy from Ohio who won the 2 fights to go into the finals. But I think Getzy got hurt, and McSorley gave me a call to step in. And, I mean, it was a scary decision to make, but it was a decision that I'd never...
Step in mid-tournament.
Mid-tournament, yeah. It was the finals, man. It was the finals.
Were you... like training in camp, or
I was training in camp. It was a couple months after my first fight, so I was still around that 185-ish, 190-ish range, but I needed to be 200, so I had to put on weight, I had to like lift more. It was a completely different training regimen that I originally started with. So
Yeah, because you were trying to back
yeah,
off.
I was trying to
Now you're trying
cut
to put it
weight. I
on.
was trying to cut weight and get down and get down and get down. And then Mr. McSorley offered me that opportunity, and it was just an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. And I mean, the rest is history. I mean, you know, it was a great fight. I think, like I said, I respect Joey Turk as a man, as a father, as a fighter, and I mean, he gave me a hell of a fight, but it was easily one of the best decisions and best days of my life, man. That was
Squeezed
a great
one
feeling,
out, huh?
man. Yeah, squeezed one out.
So how long did you have before you got the call and then you had the fight?
So I had about 2 months.
So 2 months to put on.
2 months to put on about 15 pounds, 10, 15 pounds of good weight.
Good weight.
That's
Yeah.
the hardest
I could put
part.
on 15
That's
pounds
what I mean.
quick, you
I
know?
could do it too, but it was like one of those things where I was like, oh, I could do this really easily, or we could do this
The hard
right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the right way, which I did do, and it was tough, man. I always say I'd rather cut weight than put on weight, and it's a tough training camp. I mean, and that was the first real time. I mean, you always put that, like, I guess, underdog mentality in your head of like, you know, this is like that underdog mentality, but that was the first real time where other people thought that about me, I think. And it was like, you know, everybody sees Joey Turk. He's like 6'1", bigger than me. He's a big guy. I mean, that was the first time that people doubted me, and that was tough to deal with, man. That was the hardest part. That was easily the toughest fight of my life, just for the sole fact of not even like the fight in general, but the before factor.
You were counted out before
I was
you
counted
even
out
stepped
before
in.
it even started, and that hurts, man. I mean, it does. I mean, I love that feeling now, but when you're like, and even before you think you'd want that feeling, but whenever it's truly happening, you're like, do people just not see it? Like, I don't get it. Like, do people not see?
But also, you're 1-0.
Exactly.
You know,
Like,
and
I get it.
You're
As
fresh
much as
off
I
a
do.
fight,
Exactly.
and then you just get called, and people are like, "Dude, he's just taking this."
Yeah.
So
I
it's
think
like it
people
would-
thought that I was taking it for like a almost like a payday or something. That was never the case that I had in my head, man. It really wasn't. Like, it was like this is a great opportunity.
Well, how much
for
money
me.
is justified in ass whooping?
That's
Not, you can't get paid enough to get
exactly.
destroyed,
That's what
right?
I mean. And it's like, I mean, and you know, I never, like I said, I don't do it for money. So I mean, that was never even a factor in anything, dude. It really wasn't. So I mean, whenever I got that call, I thought the opportunity was incredible, dude. I know Joey. I like I said, I respect Joey. So I mean, knowing that I got to fight him and we could put on a show at the Priory in Pittsburgh, that's a great venue, man. I mean,
I love that
the main
venue.
event, dude, in the second fight, dude. How do you turn that away, dude? That's what I mean.
So were you like? Did you go in there? And no disrespect to Joey, but did you go in there like, "Oh, I got this," or did you go in there like, "I got a lot of work to do"?
I knew it was going to be a hard fight. I did. I knew it was going to be a hard fight, but there was always something in my head that knowing that, like, this is meant to be. There's something that is, I'm a big believer in, like, I guess, like, signs and butterfly effects and shit like that, but, like, I don't, but, like,
Fate,
exactly. Like, fate. I guess that's the word I was trying to
These are
find.
signs
it,
and wonders,
yeah.
butterflies and
But-
caterpillars. And,
Yeah, but like, no, I definitely, it just felt the whole time that I've worked too damn hard for this not to happen. So I mean, whenever I went in, there was no point in that fight where I was like, he could knock me out and I'd still get back up. That was a fight that that was the most important fight of my life too, as much as it was scary, because there was nothing that was going to keep me from getting up, and I would have just kept walking forward. It didn't matter what he was hitting me
Hands
with,
down
man.
and all,
It
like,
didn't
I'm
matter,
going.
dude. I was going.
those are the scariest people to fight sometimes.
It is, dude. It really is.
Like,
And I'll
this
tell you
dude
what.
won't quit.
And I'll tell you what. There was a time in that fight, and I'll always say it. I hit Joey with like a mean overhand, and what I thought was a mean overhand, and I set it up good. I was setting it up pretty much the whole fight. I came over with a mean right, and I hit him with it, and Joey just like shook it off and just kept walking forward, and I was like,
What now?
Yeah, I was like,
What
this
now?
is. I literally just like started moving away. I was like, I'm just gonna take my time.
I gotta reassess.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna. I think I seen what I had to. So
Did winning a belt that early validate all the suffering you went through with the weight loss and the training camps? Like, what did winning that belt mean to you?
dude, it meant everything at that time, dude. It really did. I mean, you know, at that time, to have friends and family there and to see what I went through to finally get to that point that I've been dreaming to get to, that was a big thing to me too, is that knowing that other people could see it now too, that hard work does really pay off. And it validated every single thing that I every hardship, every struggle, every trauma. It didn't matter, dude. It felt like that was the best moment of my life. It really did. Like whenever I was holding that belt, that felt like it was, like I said, meant to be. It really
Where's
did.
that belt right now?
Hanging up in the gym.
Hey.
my dad just opened up a gym in Shenango, and he did this thing where it's like all belts. There's like a little beam going across, so there's like belt, my trunks, belt, my trunk, because I won one in amateurs too. So it was like, so you have two belts up there, and then like my trunk. So it's like pretty cool to get to see like this is like this is pretty cool. Yeah, like you get to see that every day, knowing that that's what you're working for.
And then you went on to win a third fight.
Yeah, and
How was that?
That one was that was Bill Hutchinson's promotion. He has a great promotion as well. Boxing's in a very good place in Pittsburgh.
A lot of good promotions going right now.
It is a very good place right now. And that one I had to also go up in weight because the guy I fought was about 260 pounds. So we got like a last second. I was supposed to fight cruiserweight, and then some things fell out, and he called me for a heavyweight fight, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'll take it. And then he was like, the guy's 260, and I was like, well, that's great to know now, I guess. But
can't pull out now.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I think I put on an extra 10 pounds for that too. So I was about 225 for that fight, and he was a big boy, and he hit hard. So I mean, that was a fight.
Them
that
big boys, man, they're
big
dense.
boys.
They pack it.
They pack it, dude. They feel like concrete. They put concrete in their gloves or something, dude. I'm like, what the hell?
We check these gloves after the fight.
Right.
So you used to be big, right?
Yeah.
And you mentioned you'd rather cut weight. So that's something you've kind of mastered now. Mm-hmm. What's the difference of when you get that call where you have to go up in weight? Like, what does that do for your psyche? You're like, man, I worked so hard to get down here. Now you're asking me to come up there.
It sucks, dude. It sucks a lot. Because, I mean, at that time, like I said, I was cutting for a cruiserweight fight. So I was down to like 205, 210, like knowing that I could cut that last day. And then I get that call that I'm fighting a guy 260. And I'm like, well, I at least got to be 215, 220, right? Like,
At least, dude, that right? 230 like, is where you want to be.
That
nicely.
guy's just gonna like flick me, and I'm gonna fly out of the ring. So I mean, I knew that I had to put on some weight, but it does suck. I mean, whenever you're going one way and then you get that call that you got to go the complete opposite way, which I guess it's not unhealthy or anything, because you know you do it the right way, but it sucks a little bit. It does.
Well, I mean, and that's a process you have to master, right? Like you have to know how to cut. You have to know how to.
You have to know
correctly.
your body very well. You do. You have to know it very, very well, and that's something you just learn with just doing it so much, cutting and putting on. You just learn your body throughout. So I mean, it was definitely tough, but I'd do it again, I guess.
Who wants to fight?
Screw it. Yeah, right. Screw it.
Do you have a fight lined up?
So
like, what's next for boxing?
So I was supposed to fight February 7th at the Priory.
Oh, that card's about to be nice.
That's a good card. That's the card that I wanted to be on. And we had a couple fights. We had one fight lined up. The guy that just didn't get his medicals in, and there's nothing that me or McSorley could do about it. And I think we signed for another one. The guy had to pull out. So, I mean, now it was just, there's nobody else, dude. There's nobody here. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. McSorley's saying, like, that's like, I'm like, I get it, man. I do. So, I mean, right now, I think I'm looking at March, April time. get down to healthy cruiserweight weight and just take a fight.
Then
around
you'll get
that
the phone
time.
call.
Then I'll
Hey,
get the phone
we need
call.
you at
Yeah.
heavyweight.
Hey, there's a guy 270 for you.
Yeah.
You want him? I'm like,
Then the
shit,
next one's
yeah,
280.
Why not?
Fuck it.
Yeah, why not?
Does your construction background show up in the ring? How does that grit and like manual labor
100%.
show up for you while you're fighting?
100%. I mean, there's been days working construction that I could barely even walk. it's 100 degrees. Like you said, you're pouring concrete. There's nothing you could do to get out of this heat. It's hot, dude. And it's the exact same feeling in that ring, dude. It is nothing like, it is crazy how comparable that they are, because it is the exact same feeling. The lights are on you. There's a 200-pound guy like just coming at you, dude. And it's like, it's hot, dude. And you got to bite down, dude. You got to figure it out. There's no running now, dude. You're right there.
What's your fighting style? Are you a grinder, wearing people down? Are you more technical?
I like to think I'm technical. I do. I like to think I'm technical. I pick my shots. I never really been one to start out of a fight of biting down on the mouthpiece and just going right at this guy. I've never been that type of guy. I like to think I'm a boxer, clean boxer, and I'm light on my feet, as big boy as I am. I like to think I'm light on my feet too. So.
What is it? Flutter like a butterfly,
Yeah,
sting like a bee.
Sting like a bee, man. That's what I like to think. But
Interesting, the person who said it, right?
yeah,
He was a
right?
big boy himself.
Yep, that's a big boy.
You're only 24, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to make it in 3 different lanes at once. Do you feel pressure to succeed right now, or are you more in the process and just as it comes?
I think I'm in the process of as it comes. I mean, it's so hard not to get caught up in the fact that you see, social media, just, it's tough. You see these
Motherfuckers, that social media, man.
They are. And you see these young kids with millions, and you're like, God, what am I doing wrong? But you have to just look away and know what you're doing is the right way. And I mean, sometimes it's not. That's the main thing. Sometimes you're not doing the right thing. But I think you truly know whenever you are doing the right thing, because something really clicks, I think. And I think you just have to know that what you're doing is the right thing. So whenever you see all these younger people than you buying houses and cars and sports cars, and you're like, oh, what am I doing wrong? But like, it's the hardest thing just to know, stay on your path. You're meant to be on that path. It'll happen for you.
Find your path.
It'll happen.
It's a different process for different people.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, because man,
It'll
I see these podcasts popping up, and I'm like, man, they're getting views. They're getting money. And then I'm like
tough.
sitting here like I want to do that so I can provide
100%.
more.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, man, I'm doing it in a way that if and when it breaks,
Yeah.
it's solid.
Yeah.
The process is done. The systems are in place.
Yep.
You know, like one day people are going to go back, and that's why people are like, oh man, I don't have a lot of followers. Can I come on your podcast? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I hope one day I can pour into you, you know, and you pour into the podcast, and we have this relationship. And then one day when you make it, people look back and they see, oh man, look where this guy was.
Exactly.
Look what
100%.
he's doing. Like,
I mean, this is an awesome experience, dude. So like, whenever we all start somewhere, you know what I mean? We all start somewhere, and that's the most important thing to remember, is that we're all starting. So,
amen to that.
yeah.
So,
Amen.
you know, you mentioned living one day at a time. When your schedule's this packed, how do you prevent burnout?
I think one of the hardest things in the world is just not getting burned out, dude. It really is. I mean, when you're juggling all these things, and you know, some days you're just like, I don't want to go to the gym. It's important to know that sometimes, as much as you're burnt out, that the other person's doing what they're supposed to do. And I'm a big believer in that. If I miss a day, then the other guy's training, or the other barber's cutting hair that day, or the other construction worker's working. So I think it's big I always like to try to get a step up no matter what I can, to not miss a day, because you never know what the other guy's doing, and you never know what that other person's doing to get better than you. And so it's tough to prevent burnout, but I think the main thing is always knowing that no matter how hard it gets, that it's only gonna get better, right? That's what I think. That's what I think. If you're staying on your thing, as much as I believe in bad karma, I think there's good karma too. So I mean, I think if you're just staying on that path of what you're supposed to be doing, then good things happen. I really do.
What does a Sunday look like for you? A typical Sunday?
Typical Sunday, watching football.
Are you going for the Super Bowl?
I got Pats. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I didn't even want to bring this up because it's going to kill my brand. But growing up, I was a big Tom Brady fan, dude. I was a huge Tom Brady fan. And I know that's sacrilegious to say as growing up in Pittsburgh.
I like watching the Steelers because I'm obviously in Pittsburgh, but my team's the Falcons.
Is it?
Yes. And if you know the Falcons, you know that's a grind on itself.
100%. I grew up a huge Tom Brady fan, man. And I mean, watching the Pats growing up, and I'm not gonna lie though, I will tell you, I forget what game I went to. It was a Steelers Sunday, dude, and it was just the most electric fucking experience, and it hooked me, dude. It had me hooked like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I love the Steelers, dude. I love Pittsburgh. I'm a big Pirates fan too. I love the Buccos,
I love baseball.
I love baseball. That's what I mean. It's like the city of Pittsburgh, I didn't really get to experience when I was younger. So now that I'm older and could go to games and could go to, North Side and all these, the North Shore and all these, like it's a great experience, dude. And the city wraps you right in, dude. It really does.
Dude, it's a beautiful city.
It is.
I always tell people it's the nicest little big city.
It is. I like to think so too.
Like
I really do.
All the bridges lit up.
Yep. It's beautiful, dude. It's
the
a
buildings.
beautiful city, man. I mean, even just like the view from PNC was the whole reason that I was a Pirates fan to begin with.
One of the best stadiums in the MLB.
Best stadium, dude. It really is. I mean, even the Steelers, dude. You got a great stadium. What do you call them? The rotundas. You got the rotundas. Like it's awesome.
Is it Acrisure or is it Heinz Field?
It'll always be Heinz, but it'll always be Heinz. But
they're trying to strip us away from our identity here in Pittsburgh.
What the hell? I don't know.
They took the sign off of Mount Washington for what was it, Iron City Beer?
Yeah, like what's going on?
Renamed the stadium. What's going on?
Sucks, man. But I mean, I'll tell you one thing. It's a beautiful city, and just even going to a game will have you hooked, dude. When I heard Renegade for the first time in a stadium, I'm telling you what, I almost threw away every Patriots jersey that I have, dude. I was electric, dude.
I did not understand the movement behind Renegade.
Yeah.
Right, and I went to my first Steeler game. I've only been to two. One was a preseason, and the other was like early in the season. And dude, that Renegade, it's pouring, by the way. It's pouring rain, and people were shirtless. Yeah. People were in T-shirts. Dude, I got my bag on. I'm like in my seat. Like everyone stands up. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. Renegade starts playing. I'm like, oh, this is the famous Renegade. Yep. The famous hype.
It's awesome.
It was a different environment.
It is. It's the first time where you feel like, holy shit, this is like everybody's here rooting for the same thing. Like, this is awesome, dude. I love it.
Play Renegade around Devin.
Yeah,
That dude gets crazy. Yep. He gets crazy.
Could be a random Tuesday, and he's running around, dude. It's awesome.
Dude, he runs like 11 miles a day.
It's crazy, dude. That's growing up, whenever I went to Elwood Boxing Gym, I'll always say it. Him and I don't know if you know Rosie Morales.
So I'm supposed to have him on the podcast.
Really?
We're working out dates.
He'd be a great guest.
I'm about to reach out to him, make sure you didn't forget.
Him and Dev were just two people that I looked up to from the moment I came into that gym, dude. It was it's an old school gym, so
I know.
You're sparring
I shot a video from there, and I'm like
sparring every day, dude. I went down about, like I said, 12 years old. I'm telling you what, it's not like we'll do mitts and you go hit the bag and we'll do mitts. You're sparring. The moment you step in that gym,
today, spar.
There's been times where I think and like I said, I think this is a very important part of my life, that I think Elwood Boxing Gym made me who I am today, because you go down, and maybe it's like today's society, you're probably not supposed to be doing this, but you're getting your ass whooped every night, dude. You're getting your ass whooped every night.
Into the fire.
You find out who you want to do this, you're gonna figure it out. So I mean, that's a big part of who I am today. I mean, you see it in Devin, you see it in all these guys from that gym, dude. You do, and there is no quit because you know you're doing it every single day, dude. You are.
Yeah, and what better way to find out than in training?
Exactly.
You don't want to find out in the ring.
Exactly. That's what I say too. That's why I spar. I mean, I spar some of the best guys that you could spar around here, dude. That Atif Alborton from Tommy Yankello's gym. He's like 5th ranked light heavyweight, dude. That was the first time in my life where I thought, holy shit, is there levels to this? Dude, he whooped my ass to a point where I was like, wow,
Am I supposed to be doing that?
That's
Got you reevaluating
like,
your
geez,
life.
I have a fight like next week, dude. I'm like, but I mean, dude, I have great sparring partners, dude. Lubo from up here in Pittsburgh.
I've heard
man,
great things of that dude. He's
great.
He's a fucking
great cruiser
powerhouse,
dude. He'll beat you senseless sometimes too. And I mean, I have a great team around me, dude. I got a young Alan Williams, man. He's a amateur right now, dude. He's gonna be something, dude. I'm telling you, I got a great team. Benny Frisky's a great trainer. My dad's a great trainer, dude. I got an awesome team.
So your old man trains you too.
My old man trains
Dude,
me
you can't.
too, man.
There's no excuses there.
No, not at all,
It's
man.
like, you didn't clean your room today.
Yeah.
Or sparring.
Not at all, dude. It's tough. I mean, and I think a lot of people don't take like in the fact how hard it is to be also trained by a parent too, because you grow up your whole life with them disciplining you and doing this and that, and then whenever it's time to step in the gym and he's like, dude, you're throwing your right hand wrong, you're holding your hands down. I'm like, Dad, shut up.
Get off my back.
Yeah,
bro.
right. I'm like, God, Dad.
Like you don't even know what it's. Oh wait, you do.
Right,
Oh wait,
so-
you do.
But I will say it is something I value a lot to be able to have him train me and our relationship as well. I mean, I would be nowhere today without my dad. So I mean, I value that a lot.
We gotta
though,
give
as
Pops
much
a
as it
shout
is.
out, the official Relentless shout out.
Shout out, Pops.
You've
man.
raised a good young man and a good young fighter.
Thank you, Pops.
Yeah. So as we wind down, we're gonna go into what I've started doing called the Relentless Rapid Round.
Okay.
These are quick questions. So
Cool,
you know,
I like
you know how
this.
this
I
works.
like this.
Fast hands, fast answers.
Cool. I like this.
No thinking. All right.
Yep.
You lost at 300 pounds. What is the one meal that the old Jordan loved that you still crave?
Barbecue, bacon, hamburgers.
Damn, very specific.
Very specific because that is my favorite shit in the world, dude. I love
Should
it.
go to cheat meal, I'm assuming.
yep.
All right.
Yep.
What is physically harder, 8 hours of pouring concrete or 8 rounds of sparring?
8 rounds of sparring.
Who has better stories, the guy on the construction site or the guys in the barber chair?
That's tough. Guy in the barber chair, I think. Guys in the barber chair.
Guys on the construction site got
They're
different kind of
I was
stories.
going to say, they're not stories you might want to tell on this podcast, but
That's
good. They're good. They're good.
There'd be
though.
times where I'd be like, bruh.
Keep in mind, he's like some 60-year-old, and I'm like
Yeah.
20. I'm like, dude, what? This is your random Tuesday?
Yeah, But I just finished the fifth
Yeah, right.
vodka. I was up to 2 a.m.
Yeah,
and now you're
dude, I
in a
went to sleep
machine
at
at
8.
7?
Yeah, right.
Cool.
Yeah. Crazy
If you could
shit.
fight any boxer in history at 200 pounds, who are you stepping in with?
Any fighter in the world, Jake Paul.
Yeah, we're gonna pause the Relentless round. Bro, how about that last fight?
That's why I'm saying I'd fight him.
What are your thoughts on
Jake
one,
Paul as a whole?
setting up the fight, 2, his performance in the fight?
I think Jake Paul, before I even say this, I think Jake Paul gets a bad rep for what he's actually doing for the sport. I think what he's doing for the sport is, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think it's phenomenal.
No,
he's
I agree
bringing
with
more
you.
eyes to the sport. No one even, I mean, at one point, no one even knew who the best boxer was, anything. And now he's fighting on Netflix, bringing in millions of viewers and making hundreds of millions of dollars. I think he's doing it right. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's doing it right.
No, like you can't blame him, man. Like,
No, I'll never.
I guess coming in a little hot the way he did, you're stepping
Yeah.
into like, it's such a cherished sport, right?
It
Like
is.
boxing is
It's an old school sport.
old
man.
school
It
sport,
is.
man. So you're stepping into a whole different realm. You know,
Yeah.
you're making silly YouTube videos,
Yep.
and now you're into something that's people take to the grave.
Yeah.
Literally, people have died doing this.
100%.
And then it's almost like a mockery. But if you look at his approach, man, he moves down to Puerto Rico. What he's doing for Puerto Rico.
He trains his ass off
He
for
trains.
it, man. He does. And I mean, that's one thing that I'll never knock him for. He does what he's supposed to do. And I mean, he might not be the best, but you have to understand that he never had an amateur experience like all these other fighters do. Some of these guys come in with hundreds of fights. He came in with none.
Yeah.
He really did. He did it. I'm not defending him. I think he's an asshole. But I mean,
dude, I would. His marketing brain,
It's
insane.
good,
I was
dude.
watching his last fight, dude. He's got promos in the locker room. He's got promos in the hallways of walking out. Like
he's doing exactly
the
what
way
he's
he's monetized this is genius.
Yeah, 100%.
And even the fights he sets up.
yeah,
You're talking about it.
yep.
You know, he's in your head.
That's what I mean. Even right now, I just said Jake Paul, dude. He's doing something right to even put him on the map. You know what I mean? That's the hardest part.
I think he kind of. I don't want. He's suing people for saying he fixes fights or whatever, but like allegedly, I think he stepped in and didn't realize what he was stepping in with.
That's something he bit off more than he
Yeah,
could chew.
but
That
dude,
was
he
one.
hung in there, bro.
He did.
And
I'll
even
give
his
it to him.
approach after, he's like,
Dude, that was
like,
awesome.
rock me, man.
His jaw's hanging off his chin.
Like-
It's like, dude, I mean, I'll always respect him for what he did for the sport. I don't know if he'll keep doing it after that. But
yeah, I think he. I mean,
I think
or
he
he just
will,
becomes
too.
a
I mean,
promoter.
That's what I mean. Why not, dude? Why get punched? He's gonna make millions either way. I don't know why he would.
Facts. All right. What is the song that gets you through the last mile of a run?
Oh, I would say "Superhero" by Metro Boomin in 21.
Not Renegade. Look at that. Not a true stiller.
I don't know. I'm starting to a little bit though.
In one word, what does it take to go from 300 pounds to a champion?
One word: determination.
All right, now we're going to go into a little more of the thoughtful questions. You work manual labor, you're learning a trade, and you train like a pro. To the listeners who say they don't have time to blank, what is your message?
You always have time, no matter what. You'll always find time. I think, like I said, the hardest thing to do is to handle the work-life, gym balance, and it's going to take time. And I don't think you'll ever find or perfect the perfect way to go about everything, but you're going to figure out what you need to do, when you need to be there, how long you need to be there, just with time. So you'll always have time, as much as you don't think you will, but you always have time.
I always say if you truly want to do something,
You'll
make it a
find the time.
priority, right?
Yep.
Like
You'll find the time.
We go to work every day.
Yep.
We don't have to. If you think about it, we don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
But, you know, it's like we have bills.
Yeah.
We have families.
Yep.
You make it a priority to show up to work so you get paid so that you can do this.
Yep. 100%.
Use that approach for everything.
Yeah.
Right? And it's funny how the perfect balance is an imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your priority is a fight, maybe your home life is not where it should
Might not be 100%.
or your work life, you're taking off of work because all your eggs are on fight night.
Yeah.
Fight's over. Now it's like, hey, now I got to
we're
pour into
back
my
to-
family and
Yeah,
work.
Exactly.
Right? So you're always
You'll
prioritizing.
You'll never figure out the true perfect balance of all of them. And that's one thing that you got to, that I've come to grips with, and it's going to hurt people's feelings sometimes. It might even hurt yours sometimes, but you have to figure out as you go. And I think that's the hardest part, but you'll figure it out. That's the one thing, is it might not be perfect, but you'll figure something out.
Facts.
Yep.
If someone is listening right now who's sitting at 300 pounds and feels hopeless, what is the first step they need to take today to start their change?
To acknowledge that there is something, that there is a problem, at least, that if you know that this is what you want to do, then acknowledge it. Know that this isn't what you want to be at. And once you acknowledge that, everything after that is just the journey. That's the most important thing, is to start, though. Get off your ass, start. And
Journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step.
Exactly.
No, it's true. If you're not acknowledging the issue at hand, you're never going to take the proactive steps to solve that issue.
Yep. If you never acknowledge it, you'll never be where you want to be.
You're 3-0. What is the goal for the next 12 months? Where do you see Jordan Carr this time next year?
I'd like to stay active in boxing. I'd like to get 2 or 3 more fights. If God plans it, hopefully 5-0, 6-0, and maybe take that next step. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean,
What's the next step?
I would like to fight on, pay-per-views and ESPN and all that stuff. That's the main goal for all this stuff. I mean, you don't go into this thinking, I want to do some of the, just stay stagnant in some places.
Stay local.
Exactly. I love local and I love the promotions and I love everything, but you start local to get to that point. So, I mean, that's definitely something that I would like to get to at one point.
And the easiest question I've probably asked all episode. Where can people follow you online so they can see your fights or maybe book a haircut?
Yeah, Jordan.Carr 13 on Instagram. My awesome girlfriend, she helps me with so much shit, and she pretty much runs my social media for me. She's a social media marketer.
You already got a social media manager. Look at that. Hey, you better accept all the collabs I do.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, whenever you can't hire one, just date one. But no, she's awesome, man. She supports me, and she helps me with a lot of stuff. And I have the best support of any fighter, I believe. And I have great friends and family and sponsors. And, I mean, I would be nowhere without them. So, I mean, I appreciate them a lot. I appreciate you for having me on.
Of course,
This was awesome, dude. This was a great experience, for real.
Of course, brother. Well, that's the story of Jordan Carr. Appreciate you for coming on and sharing it, man. I'm excited to see where your career takes you, all 3 of them.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You too, man.
Yeah, this is the one with Jordan Carr, and we are out.
Thank you, brother.
Later. You were just listening to Jordan Carr. If you were looking for an excuse today, you're not going to find it here. Jordan is only 24 years old, works in construction, cuts hair, and is an undefeated pro boxer. He literally built the man he is today from scratch, shedding over 100 pounds to chase greatness. His story is proof that you're not stuck. You're not stuck in your body. You're not stuck in your job. And you're not stuck in your circumstances. You can build whatever life you want, brick by brick. Go follow Jordan, watch his journey, and stop making excuses. Share this episode with one friend who would be inspired by this conversation. Follow the Relentless Project on Instagram, X, and YouTube at Relentless PRJCT. Like, share, subscribe, drop a comment, show some love so we can keep sharing the stories of relentless guests. And as always, we don't settle, we don't quit, and we don't wait for permission. I'm Ish. This is the Relentless Project, and I will see you on the next one. Later.